Hi, today I would like to have a little chat about the pros and cons of gas versus electric versus solid fuel or wood burning. Nowadays people come in, a lot of people want this sort of look. The opening with the stove, with the beam, whether it's a bit more rustic or a bit more modern, it's a popular choice for people. Lots of people can do this, but what a lot of people don't realise, you don't have to have this as a wood burner if you don't want it. So you've got options. You can have wood burning, you can have gas, you can have electric, still with the same look. Obviously, some people can't have wood burning or gas because they haven't got the right flue, so then you might choose electric, and there's lots of different reasons. But what people don't take fully into account is the pros and cons, and that's what I think you should know about before you even start looking around, because so many people come into our showroom thinking they want a wood burner. They come in, by the time they've looked at all the options, they actually go out with something else because it suits them better. So very quickly, this is what I would say to a customer when they're coming in, you know, are you choosing wisely for whatever reason? I'll go through a few things and try and help them make that decision. What a lot of people don't realise is the general daily uses of a wood burner and how it might fit in with your lifestyle. You've got to take into account, you've got to light a stove like you would any bonfire and let that get up to temperature. You need to let that piece of equipment get up to full working temperature, which takes about 40 minutes to an hour on average before you can start using it properly. So you have to plan that into your life. You need to store the fuel. You need to buy the fuel in, which isn't cheap because wood suppliers are now quite heavily regulated to make sure that's quality fuel with the right dryness level. So you have to find a source for getting that in as cheaply as you can, but with quality wood. You have to store it somewhere convenient and dry. So you have to bear in mind, because that's usually in the garden, when you're using this, you've got to make trips out backwards and forwards to the garden. You're going to have, daily maintenance of it really. You've got to keep that glass clean. Although they clean their own glass, you're still going to be giving it a wipe every now and again. And you have to empty them and keep them cleaned out. If you understand all that, you love the theatre of lighting a stove and a bonfire and getting that feeling going, that's a good reason to buy one. But don't think they're a cheap alternative to other fuels. They just got to fit in and suit your purpose. Okay, but like I say, you can have that look, you can have that look. There's lots of things we can create, gas, electric or solid fuel. Okay, so I haven't got these lit at the moment because it's midsummer, so I'd like to show you them lit, but I have got a gas one lit so I can show you the gas alternative. So here we are. This is the Gasco Sheraton 5 gas stove. So as you can see, same sort of look, stove, freestanding in an opening, whether you put a surround with it or a beam, that's all, detail that we can work out. So, but the main thing is you can create that same look, which is the look people love at the moment. Differences with gas. Obviously convenient to use. You come in, you press a button, that will now go through its own little safety cycle and that will come on. There you go, straight away. I haven't had to put wood in it, I haven't had to light it, leave the door slightly open, let it get going, getting up to temperature. It's already there, with a gas stove. That's one major factor. You don't have to clean these things out. You just get them serviced once a year like any other gas appliance. Same with the wood burner, you still have to get that swept. So from a cost point of view, that's pretty much the same anyway. Once they are lit, with the wood burner, they're giving out a certain amount of heat, usually quite a lot. With the gas stove, great control with a remote, okay? It's all about convenience again. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with looking at that all night. It's still a lovely thing to look at. It's giving a great feeling of warmth. What you haven't had is obviously that, I keep calling it theatre of lighting a stove, the Boy Scout thing going on, which is great. Everybody loves that. But if you want the more convenience, cheaper to run, cleaner to use, gas is a brilliant alternative. And we sell a lot of gas stoves at this moment, and it's because of all the reasons I've given. And like I say, most people, when they come into the showroom, or a lot of people come into the showroom, they don't even realise what's available, and that's why I'm showing you these. Okay, well, I've run through the wood burning bit briefly and the gas briefly. I'm going to briefly mention a couple of things about electric. Same model of stove as the Gasco Sheraton. This is a Sheraton electric. Differences is with electric. You might not want heat full stop because your house is warm enough, but you still want the feature. You can create the same thing with this. The difference is obviously you've got LED lighting giving a warming effect, and that's kind of it. You have got a heater on these like any electric appliance. There's a backup heater to give you 2 kilowatts of heat if you ever need it. Most people would buy these, the vast majority of people would buy an electric stove because either they can't have gas or wood burning for installation reasons, or they just don't want the heat. And for that, they're great. Lots of different designs available. Because they're electric, you can obviously dim the brightness, you can change the colours and all that sort of thing going on. That's what electric fires are about. Quickly show you blue flame, blue and orange flame. And then you've got the fuel bed itself. You can change to green. You've got blues, you've got turquoise. It takes a long time to go through all these, but they're all there. And just to create the mood you want to create, but you've still got a nice quality appliance. You can put it in an opening like you can with the wood burning and gas, or a fire surround. Just create that look that you want. But they do a different job, an electric, and it's also worth considering. For instance, if you've got a new home, well insulated, electric is probably the way to go really, especially if it's a smaller room. So there you go. There's, in brief, the differences between wood burning, gas and electric stoves.